Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is going to be the week, what week are we in? We are in week 12 wrap up. Yeah. Okay, so had enough energy to come down here and record this in my room, but it is still going to be done on my phone. I'm going to push myself, even though I found out, I have been finding out for the last couple weeks, what have you, that pushing and productivity is not a good thing. It always seems to put me ahead. I'm like, yay, I got all this stuff done, and then it's like, no. I'm going to need you to stay in bed and not move and not do anything. And what is this life? 1 day of productivity gives me like 2 days in bed. So yeah, I'm feeling like crap, but that's okay. I have been recording videos and I have them on my phone, which is what I'm recording on right now for you guys. And if this works out, then hopefully this will go out on the correct day that it's supposed to. Then I will start editing the other things that I have already freaking recorded for you guys and get them out for you. And then we go into Veda, which is video every day in April. And I have things planned for you there. Super excited. Can you tell? I'm super excited. But it all you'll see in the past videos that this all hinges on me being able to edit things on my phone to make them the way that I like to give you production value. So fingers crossed that this works and that I can get this out to you guys like I want to, and that what have you. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you have been watching my Instagram reels, then you know that all the days I've been like trying to do things. And if you've been on Instagram, or if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I've done a couple lives and, things like that. So we're trying to be productive for you guys. So let me just jump into what I read last week. Yes, last week, because I'm recording this on a Sunday. Super excited about that. Did I tell you which week it was? Oh, so it's week 12, March the 21st through the 27th. I don't think I said that in the intro for you guys, but I'm sure it'll be in the title and things like that. So yeah. So the first book that I finished was Off the Record, which is Nashville Fury #1 by Chelle Sloan. Places in Contemporary. Give it 5 stars. Give it 4 Steam fans. Had this as a ebook from KU. And wow. Let me tell you that this story caught me off guard. I knew it was going to be a sports romance. I mean, the cover says sports romance. I mean, it screams sports romance, but this actually deals with the coaching staff of a football team. And I was like, okay, I kind of like this. And a journalist. So, our prospective coach, Hunter, for the Nashville Fury, which is a football team, and he gets an offer to become a football coach, and he has had a really good football career and things like that, but he wanted to go into coaching. His father is a big time football name, and they have some father-son issues that go on there. But when he walks into this sandwich shop that is across the street from his interview, he meets and sees this woman and is like, ooh, I'm super intrigued by her, and maybe I'll drop her a pickup line or what have you. And, he was just like, hey, how's it going? Did a little bit of a flirt thing and stuff like that. But then there's this story that's released, and come to find out, Sadie is that journalist that drops that story. Now, there is so much fun and differentness with this sports romance that I was just like, I hung on every word and wanted to see where this would go, because as a football coach, you really can't be involved with the journalists that are, assigned to do stories. There's that whole crossing the line and balance and things like that. And I really enjoyed the story that was told here. The next book that I finished was Lush Money, Filthy Rich #1 by Angelina M. Lopez. Place this in contemporary. Give this one 4.5 stars. Give it 4 Steam fans. Read this as an audiobook through Hoopla. This is a Latinx author, and it is a part of the Brown Nipple Challenge book for the month of March that Nana Malone spearheads and created, and it was absolutely amazing. Amazing. Loved it oh so much. So we have Roxanne, who is this billionaire badass woman, and she contracts, gets in touch with this failed king, and the king ends up contracting his son Mateo, who is the prince of this wine-making nation, and to save their nation, they go into a contract for a contracted marriage that is supposed to produce kids and everything like that. You sort of see how it's like a flip of the switch of this badass CEO with the blue collar sort of, I don't even want to say naive, because he's not naive in any way, shape, or form, but this hardworking person, right? So normally you see that as the male being this badass CEO, and then you have the docile female that, is gonna sort of meld to his ways, right? No, this way is gender swapped, and I was here for it, and I loved it. There was quite a bit of talk about, no, this is wrong book. Okay, so, yeah, I enjoyed it because the banter between Roxanne and Mateo was fire from the jump, and their tension and everything like that was amazing. I really enjoyed it, and I am so going to be looking into Angelina's backlist. Yes. Next, I read Off Track, which is Nashville Fury #2 by Chelle Sloan. Place this one in contemporary. Give it 4.75 stars. Gave it 4 Steam fans. Read this one as an ARC. It has been released, so you can go out and read it. I believe both books are available on KU, so go check those out. This is another sports romance. This is about another coach of the Nashville Fury, and you met this coach within the other book. This is Bethany and Davis's story. Davis is Hunter's best friend, and Bethany is Sadie's stepsister. So I really enjoyed this. This is a friends with benefits story, and that friends with benefits ends up turning to more, and you get to find out why one of them has a commitment issue, and you get to see how they are alike in so many ways. And I just really enjoyed it. And I loved that the conflict did not last so overly too long. It hit, it went away, and we found love. It was great. It was so good. The next book that I finished was Hate Crush, which is Filthy Rich #2 by Angelina M. Lopez. Place this one in contemporary as well. Give this one 4.25 stars, and I'll explain that in a second. Give it 4 Steam fans. Listen to it as an audiobook through Hoopla, and this is a Latinx author. So this one follows Sophia, who is the sister to Mateo and is a princess. She is also a badass princess trying to save her country's winery, and you have to you don't have to read the first book to understand what needs to be saved, but it is better to have context. If you read the first book and then get into this one does move ahead, so there are spoilers for the first couple in this book, in Hate Crush. And Sophia, she went away from her country for a little while to sort of find her way and become this badass wine person, winemaker, and princess as well. And then you have Aisha, who is this music rock star phenom that she met while she was abroad in her younger days. They were first loves, and then they split apart because some things ended up happening. So this is where it kind of lost some steam for me. There was a lot of talk of winemaking within this story, so that kind of took me out of the story, as well as there was a continued sort of hint at why that there was a rift between Aisha and Sophia, but it never really got to that. It kept saying, oh, well, it would be different if this didn't happen. And it wouldn't tell you what the this was. It would be different if that didn't happen. And it wouldn't tell you what the that was. Until you get to like the end of the book. And then you're like, oh, that's what the this and the that they were talking about. And yeah. So I still enjoyed the book. And I still want to read more from Angelina M. Lopez. And I'm super excited that Nana picked this author to introduce more to the world, because I'm sure she was already introduced to the world. She has books out. But I am really looking forward to reading more, because I loved the Latin and Spanish sort of just all the things. I loved it. I loved the atmosphere of the book and the talk and everything like that. Even though I felt that the winemaking aspect of it got a little heavy-handed, but it still was super enjoyable and super engaging, and you were rooting for this couple. And I can't wait for the third book, because I believe it's going to Mexico this time, and I'm sure it'll be atmospheric as well there. And you know, if I don't have to leave my house to go to Mexico to find something beautiful, I'm all for it. The next book that I finished was Fox, The Player, #4 by Nana Malone. The place this one in contemporary. Give it 4 stars. Give it 3.5 Steam fans. Listen to it as an audiobook. This is a Black author. And this is part of the Caldwell Sports family that I have been reading. The Player, like I said, is book #4. This is the son named Fox and his best friend Sasha. The two of them end up taking their friendship to another level, and I was here for that. I do think that this one was over a little too quickly, but just because I wanted more. I just wanted more. Call me selfish. Call me selfish. I wanted more of the story. Then the final book that I finished last week was Ransom. This is The Player, #5 by Nana Malone. It places one in contemporary. It's part of the Caldwell family sports romances. Give this one 4 stars. Give this one 4 Steam fans. 3.5 to 4 Steam fans. Listen to it as an audiobook, and this is a secret grandchild in nature to the Caldwell family. So yeah, if you've read the other books, then you know sort of the history behind it and stuff like that. And this book follows Ransom and Leah. Is it Leah? I didn't write it down because I finished it like late last night and I didn't write it down. And then I'm recording on my phone, so I can't tell you who it was. But I'll insert it somewhere on the screen, what have you, because I can do that. I do know how to edit that in. I can put text up and make it all pretty. So yeah, I enjoyed the story. Another journalist in the mix. I'm enjoying these stories that have journalists involved in them. How true to nature that they are for their journalistic talents, what have you, I don't know. I'm not a journalist, but I could definitely see some of my friends that have journalism backgrounds either liking or disliking. I don't know. Can't say either way because they haven't read them, but I would definitely suggest them. Although most of them have said that they don't like reading books that, have that involved in them. Kind of like it took me a long time to read books that dealt with the military and law enforcement. But I am so off track on talking about this book. But yes, really enjoyed this book. He is the long lost child of one of the Calders, and you get to hear sort of how his life was not being a Calder, and he meets back up with his sort of childhood crush or high school crush after he wins the cup, and it comes to visit him, and he gets to, you know, show it off with his mom, and you get to see like this fun sort of look into his world. And then you're brought back into the Calder world at the end. So yeah, I really enjoyed that book. I'm looking forward to what I am currently reading, which is Gage, the Player number 6, which is the final book in the Player series, I believe, from Nana Malone, and super excited about that. I don't know what else I'll be reading throughout next week. I do have some books that I've pulled out from Hoopla, so yes, there will be books that will be read. I did receive some book mail. Super excited about that. Let me open this for you guys. So a while back, and I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I read the first book in this series from Niobia Bryant, and she was so amazing and sent me, oh my goodness, the second book. Talk about amazing. So this is The Rebel Heir by Niobia Bryant. So exciting. So the Cress dynasty is this family of chefs and cooks and an empire of silverware and all kinds of restaurant tour type things. And I can't wait to get into this book. I don't know which brother this is for, but this one is about the chef, so there shall be some cooking stuff in here, and I'm excited about it. Thank you oh so much, Niobia, for sending this to me. I just am over the moon for it. Yes. I also received my package from Katie Robert. I am one of her patrons, and I now have a copy of Air to put on my shelf, as well as My Dad's Best Friend. Yes, so excited for that. So thank you. Yes. All right. So are you guys looking forward to Veda? Let me know down in our comments. Let's discuss. Like I said, I'm sorry for, you know, sort of not being here for you guys. I do appreciate you, and I hope that you enjoy the things that I have coming up that I've been working on for Veda. Let's keep our fingers crossed that productivity starts to even out with, you know, just taking my time instead of, you know, really bogging me down. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in another video.